Welcome everyone to this video on the new moon in Leo, which also happens to be a partial solar eclipse that is officially wrapping up eclipse season. And it's happening in the midst of 6 planets retrograde. So this really is an interesting time of very deep healing, deep level transformation, and more than ever before, having this desire to really connect with our heart, with our soul, and where it is guiding us, and to really pursue that with confidence. So say hi as you jump on. I ask that you share this out as well. There's lots of goodness that I'm going to be covering today. And as always, I'll be giving guidance on not only what is happening astrologically, but how you can work with this energy. And this is a really big eclipse. I know I've said that for like the last 2 as well, which is true. I mean, eclipses are huge. They signify major change and transition in our life. And this one is really big because it's actually involving every planet. Every planet is involved in the energy of this eclipse. So it's really huge. Yeah, so say hi if you jump on. Share this out if you are new to me. My name is Kara Melendi. I'm an astrologer, goddess mentor, passionate about helping you co-create magic with the universe. So let me see who I have joining us. I'm gonna scroll up here so I can start from the top. We've got Sally and Lori, Simona, Sherry Lynn, hello, Jackie and Rolene, hello, beautiful goddess. We have Cynthia and Kate. Felicia, Yvette, welcome. Also, Kate sending fairy kisses. I love that. Thank you, goddess. Also feel free to share as well what your intentions are, because we have so much happening around this eclipse energy, but it's also a new moon in Leo, and a new moon is always an invitation from the universe to get really clear with what you're creating, what you want to manifest in your life. And it's a good time where we're giving this opportunity for a new start, a fresh beginning. And because it's an eclipse, more so than ever, it's so important that you get clear on the energy that you're putting out into the universe and what you want to create and what you want to attract into your experience at this time. And we are in Leo season. We have the new moon, the eclipse happening in the sign of Leo. So that's the first thing that I really want to look at today. And that's really reflected in the title of the video as well, because Leo energy is all about connecting to your heart. It's also about having confidence, having courage. In astrology, it rules over house 5, which is the house of our creative self-expression. So this is coming into play big time. How are you expressing yourself in the world? And at a core level, the Leo energy is a reminder that you are worthy, that you matter, that you deserve to be seen, you deserve to be heard, and you deserve to creatively express yourself. So let me know if that's resonating with you. Say hi if you're just joining now. And this really is an invitation for us all, regardless of whether you are a Leo, whether you have your sun, your moon, or rising in Leo, or another planet in the sign of Leo. For us all, we are being infused with this energy of confidence, courage, creativity, self-expression. This is also about connecting to your inner and allowing your inner child to have a voice, right? It's that part of us that wants to be treated like a queen. And Leo is often referred to as the king or the queen of the zodiac. And we not only have the sun and moon in Leo, and then of course with any new moon, we have the sun and the moon conjunct. So at the time of this eclipse, they're both at 18 degrees, so they're together in Leo. We also have the North Node in Leo, which means collectively at this time, we are being called to step into our leadership potential, to feel empowered, to lead from love, to connect with our heart desires, because the North Node is where we are going. We also have Mercury in Leo right now, and Mercury is retrograding in Leo, and that's further triggering this as a time to confidently go within and to speak your truth. Because when we look at Mercury, it deals with all things communication, especially as it relates to like our day-to-day interactions. It deals with our knowledge and learning, and that's often why when Mercury goes retrograde, we hear people talking about technological difficulties or just miscommunications, or if we're traveling during that time, there can be more delays, and we're just really encouraged to double check everything. each retrograde is different. And then also how the retrogrades are affecting your birth chart is huge, right? Because no retrograde is ever going to be the same. Even collectively, the energy is different. And then how it is affecting our own personal energy, our birth chart, our soul blueprint is also different as well. But overall, Mercury in the sign of Leo is about confidently communicating. And because Mercury is retrograding right now, it can bring up some insecurities in that area for us. So we may be feeling some insecurities in how we're expressing ourselves. So it's really interesting because we have this Leo energy where we are called to follow our heart, we're called to step up, we're called to feel empowered. And then we have Mercury retrograding in Leo that can really make us question everything and question whether we are on the right path. So it's just very interesting energies. And another dichotomy that's really at play right now as well is new moons are about new beginnings, and they're about launching new things and moving forward and taking action. Initially, the new moon is about going in and recharging and reflecting, but it does begin the new cycle. So after that, we begin to move forward with our creations. But retrogrades are about reflection. They're about bringing in past relationships. So we gotta have both of these energies at play right now. And it's really like crucial for us to see how this is playing out for us. And I would say overall, it really isn't a time to make any like huge life-altering decisions. And the reason I bring this up is I know with like all the changes that the eclipse is bringing, a lot of us are feeling called to like change direction in life, change the path we're going on. And it is important. I mean, if you're really called to move forward, always trust yourself and your intuition. So it's not like, no, don't make any decisions, don't change. If that's what you're aligned with doing, do that. But also if it feels like you suddenly want to just like change your life out of the blue, it really is a time to wait before you're making major decisions. Because what happens when we have so many planets retrograde, especially Mercury and Mars retrograding, after they go direct again, and at the end of August, they will both be direct, you may find that you're thinking about things in a different way, right? Mercury is how we're thinking, how we're communicating. When it goes retrograde, we're not, you know, we kind of change how we're thinking and how we're seeing things. So it may go direct again, and you realize you're seeing this in a new light, you're seeing this in a new way. And the Mars retrograde is very feeling based, but it's like our life force, our drive. So you may have a drive to take different action after it goes direct as well. So and just be really aware, like it is a time where you're probably going to get a lot of new ideas coming in and you're wanting to create this change, but know that it doesn't have to happen right now. Like you don't have to move forward today with everything. So let me know if this is resonating. Say hi if you are just joining me now. Hello, Jade and Diane. Great to have you. Let me see. Kate is saying, I'm leaving my old unfit life behind, so I'm working out daily with my kids. Oh, beautiful. Love that, Kate. It really is like where this is wrapping up eclipse season, it has been this theme of like major releasing, the lunar eclipse, the full moon, right? That was huge for like really letting go of old patterns. Relationships continues to be a theme. We're going to look at that as well. But just like looking at the cycle of these eclipses and what it's signifying, now really is the time to say, okay, I've done the healing, I've done the processing, the releasing, and now I'm ready to fully step up. And I am feeling like a new person in many ways. A lot of us are feeling that, like we're ready to take on this new identity, and we are starting to build our confidence in realizing if it's something that I desire, I can manifest this, right? If it's in my heart, I want to bring it to the world, I can manifest it. And Leo energy is embodying that. What is it that you want in your heart? What is it that you want? And authentically expressing that, that's another aspect of the Leo energy, is the authenticity and the courage to ask for what I want. And Leo in its highest form of expression can really tap into that. Do we have any Leos here today? I'm just interested to know if maybe we have any Leos joining us. Because another thing to look at, like if you are looking at your birth chart, or you know your birth chart, if you have any planets around where the eclipse is happening, that can really kind of change how this is playing out for you as well, and you may even feel it more strongly. We're all going to feel it. But if you have planets that are directly interacting with this eclipse energy, that can really impact that area of life for you in a big way. Oh, happy birthday, Summer. That's awesome. Happy birthday. Hi, Jamie. Jamie's saying, interview today. I am manifesting health and abundance of wealth for the collective. Thank you so much. Oh, that's beautiful, Jamie. I love that. Wealth for the collective. Yes, I think it's so powerful to like have our intentions for ourselves and what we're creating, and then also our intentions for the collective, what we want to bring out into the world, like the energy that we want to put out there. So that's beautiful. We've got Sarah, Shannon here as well. Hello, goddesses, and Tony. Beth would love to hear more about Mars retrograde. Yeah, the Mars retrograde is really interesting. Of course, it's still retrograding at the time of the eclipse, and it's in Aquarius. And this has been part of the changes that are taking place in our relationships. And that's because Mars in Aquarius is about the drive to change things in our relationships. And especially on a larger scale, although this can be in our more intimate relationships as well. But Aquarius is the sign of the community. It's the groups that we belong to. And when Mars especially is retrograding in that area, we're really taking a look at who we're associating with, who we're spending time with, a desire to really connect with like our soul tribe and our soul family. And we're seeing a lot of changes taking place in that area. And so that's like one part of the Mars retrograde. Another aspect of it is it's affecting our energy, because Mars really is our drive, it's our energy, and how that's manifesting for us is a little bit different for each of us. But it can also be a time where a lot of like frustrations or anger is surfacing as well. And we have this Mars-Uranus square that is happening now. It's going to be happening at the time of the eclipse as well. And that can also bring some like tension and frustration to the surface too. So, you know, be aware of that. Be aware that like emotions and feelings come up so they can be processed. You're not meant to stay stuck there, and that it's okay. Like, I think also, you know, Mars and just the energy of that in general is a reminder that it's okay for us to feel angry. Sometimes anger is the drive that we need, like the fuel that we need to make changes in our life. And if we've been feeling like a lack of energy or depressed, anger can sometimes be welcome because suddenly we have the energy to create change. But it's all about how we're channeling and we're working with that energy and with that fuel and with our anger, right? If we're like using the anger in a lower form where we're lashing out at people or we're just feeling frustrated and overwhelmed, we don't want to stay in that energy. But if we're using it in a way where it's drive and it's motivation to make the changes that I need in my life, that can be a really beautiful and powerful thing. So that energy is definitely at play with the eclipse. So thank you for that question. Feel free to ask questions if you're on, or if you're on the replay as well. I'm happy to answer them and give some guidance. Hello, Rita and Lori Ann. Jamie's saying, so much frustration surfacing. It's coming up to be healed. Yes, yes, Jamie, and keep that in mind. Things come up to be healed, and eclipses kind of shake everything up. So it can seem like a lot is coming up to be healed. So another thing that's actually happening today is as I'm filming this video on August 7th, we have the planet Uranus going retrograde as well. And, you know, this can almost like it fits into our overall theme, but it's also powerful on its own. And the outer planets aren't necessarily like, we don't notice the impact as much when they are retrograding. And that's why we often don't hear about it as much. Like when we have our Mars retrograde and Mercury, we hear about that more because it does affect more of our like day-to-day interactions. Whereas the outer planets, they affect more of the collective and more of like societal shifts and changes that are taking place. But Uranus retrograding in Taurus really is also about looking at where we need to make some changes in our life and where we need to step outside of the comfort zone. And I think, like, I feel that message strongly. And I think because it's retrograding in the sign of Taurus, and the energy of Taurus can feel like it wants security, it wants safety, it can be a little stubborn. And then Uranus is all about, let's shake this up. Like, let's see this in a new way. And even though change is uncomfortable and it can temporarily shake our sense of security, it brings progress. And we need change in order to move forward. So to work with this energy in your own life, it's really looking at, where have you been kind of playing it safe or playing small? And where is it time to really step up and, like, out of that comfort zone and speak your truth and say what you need? And maybe this is in your business or in terms of your career. It could be in a relationship. And the Leo energy is just further helping with this, helping you say, okay, what do I need? How can I express myself? And not feeling guilty about doing that, right? Like, having the right to express what you need and what you desire is so important. And that energy is really at play right now. Self-expression, what do I need? And being okay with asking for that, right? Confidently and courageously following your heart and asking for what you need. And then, of course, there's like a giving aspect too, always. But as we are in our power and we have the courage to ask for what we need, whether it's in our business or in our relationships, we give that back into the world through the confidence that we build, right? It's like it's all connected. And as we create that change within ourselves and allow ourselves to step up and express ourselves, we create space for others to do the same. And with Leo, we're doing this from a place of love. Okay, so I'm just going to see if there's any more questions around that. Beth is saying that was amazing info regarding Mars. Thank you. You are welcome, Beth. Yeah, happy to answer questions. So say hi if you're just joining me now. Feel free to share as well what you're manifesting with this new moon energy. What are your intentions? And I will hold that energetic space for you. So, okay, so more about this eclipse and how we can work with it. There's another interesting aspect happening that's called, so there's all these astrological terms, and usually I don't get caught up in them, and I'm not a person that really likes to get caught up in all the terms and words, but there's this aspect happening that's called a yod, or some astrologers even call it the finger of God, that is pointing and directing energy at the eclipse and at all of this Leo energy. And the planets that are involved in that is Neptune, which is in the sign of Pisces, and Pluto, which is in the sign of Capricorn. So that means those planets are like forming a sextile and a quincunx with the eclipse, if you want like the astrology or the terms behind it. But basically the energy behind this is about transcendence, and Neptune forming this positive aspect with the eclipse energy really is about transcending our old stories, transcending our limitations, transcending the ego, because some of the shadow side of Leo can be the ego. It can be getting too caught up in the drama. But this of the eclipse, so the energy like at its highest form is this invitation to transcend that, to transcend the limitations, the lies that I told myself, right, about that I'm not powerful or that I can't do that, right, all the illusion-based stuff. We're called to transcend that into our truth, into our personal power, into leading from a place of love. So this is a really powerful aspect where you can be finding that you're very aware of some of the belief systems that you carried with you in your life, and knowing the ones that are just time to release and let go of, and knowing the beliefs that you are now calling in. Our belief systems are so huge when it comes to how we show up in the world, the energy we put out into the world, what we're taking action on. So this aspect is really beautiful in being able to transcend those old stories, that old energy, the old pattern. And now Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto is the planet of transformation. And it's about recognizing that in those challenges, in those difficult, more shadow aspects of my life, that's where I really have that opportunity to return to love, to connect with my power, and to ultimately serve others. Because I think for many of us, when we go through challenging times or difficult situations, it makes us more empathetic, and it allows us to connect with people on more of a deeper level. And that energy is coming in with the eclipse. So how beautiful is that? Like, this is that invitation for transformation, for transcendence. And There's also a beautiful trine happening with Neptune and Jupiter, and they're both in the water signs. So it's also this energy of intuition coming in, this energy of abundance, and being able to return to that. So you can see where there's a lot happening right now, but I choose to see it as like powerful, beautiful changes that are reminding us at the core of who we really are and what we're here to do in the world. So it's pretty powerful stuff. Okay, Monica, hello. We got Jaya jumped in. Hello. Monica, just checking in to say hi on the road. Well, yeah, Monica, the replay will be here, so safe travels. Thank you for saying hi. If you're just jumping in now, say hi below, share what you are manifesting and creating in the new moon energy, and I will absolutely hold that energetic space for you. Okay, so what else is happening? What else can we talk about? So I haven't mentioned Venus, but so the planet Venus is our goddess of love and beauty, also at play with the eclipse energy. And yesterday, Venus moved into the sign of Libra, and it feels right at home in Libra. It was in Virgo before that, and it's said to be at detriment in Virgo. It's not in its favorite place, but now that it's in Libra, it's further putting the focus on relationships that are still a big theme with this eclipse as well, because Libra is the sign of our relationships. Venus is the goddess of love and beauty. It's what we value in the world. It's what we care about. So it's bringing that into play as well. So what I desire in my relationships, what I value in my relationships, what I value in my own life, it's this calling to find a sense of balance. And it's also going to be opposing Chiron in Aries, the wounded healer. So it's so cool how like every planet is really involved in this amazing eclipse and transformation. So Chiron in Aries is bringing that sense of healing. What I also see happening around the eclipse and with this shift is it's kind of learning to show up in a different way in our relationships. So it's this energy of, as I work on myself, as I'm strong in what I want and what I need, and this can be romantic relationships, it could also be like business connections or with our coworkers. But as I know what I want and I'm loving to myself and I'm strong in who I am, then I can work on creating harmony in my relationships, which is Libra. Libra is all about existing in harmony and peace in the relationships in our life. So that theme is really coming into play as well. And, you know, I know from the readings that I've been doing, more strongly for some than others, major shifts in relationships in their life, in personal relationships. But remember that the changes that are happening during eclipse time and at this time are in your highest and best good. So if there are things that are falling out of your life, it's because they've served their purpose. The same with people. Some people come in, right, and it's just to teach us a certain lesson, and they're there for a reason, and it serves its purpose, and then we both move on. So trust that that is at play with these eclipse energies. Anything falling away has served its purpose. And the new moon solar eclipse is creating space for the new. So it really is that energy of, now that I've done the releasing and I've let go of those things that aren't serving me, now I'm more energetically open, and I'm sending that message to the universe that yes, I am ready for the new. I'm ready for the people and the experiences that are a match to where I am today. So it's a powerful process. Okay, let me see comments, questions. Vanna, hello. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. That is lovely, Vanna. So it's saying, yes, old expiring beliefs are really revealing themselves. Fear and hurt trying to creep in. Being mindful and focusing on forgiveness and higher good. Yes, beautifully said, for sure. And you know, it takes courage to do this inner work. Like, I know, you know, some people don't do it. Like we numb ourselves instead. And from an astrological standpoint, I mean, that's the shadow energy of Neptune. I talked about the energy of transcendence and moving like above and beyond the illusion. The shadow side is wanting to escape it though, instead of look at it. So it takes confidence and courage to really do that shadow work and to look at those core beliefs that have been governing our life and whether they serve us or not. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. You are welcome, Annalise. We got Faye and Lori who just jumped in, and Kat, welcome. So if you would like a personal reading, you can reach out through Facebook message, or you can go to spiritualgoddesses.com. I should say that because now I'm sharing these videos on YouTube as well. So you can book right from my site at spiritualgoddesses.com, and we can take more of a detailed look on how these energies are personally affecting you, because it's all transiting our chart in different areas and activating different aspects of who we are and how we're showing up in the world. So you can also grab my free gift there if you haven't already, which is on manifesting with the cosmos. So that's at spiritualgoddesses.com. And before I wrap up, I'm going to see if there's anything else. I'm just going to take a look and see if I'm missing something major that I want to share with you. So we talked about Venus, the role of Venus, yeah, the finger of God, some of the shadow aspects. So yeah, some of the shadow side that may come in with the Leo energy can be this feeling of drama. So you don't want to get caught up in the drama. You don't want to get caught up in other people's drama, right? If people are trying to pull you into that, you want to rise above that. So just be aware of that. Be aware of that you're processing some of the emotions that are coming in. And honestly, like, take some time to go within, do the reflection, because you're going to start to get more clarity around where your heart and where your soul is leading you and where you're being called at this time. Because I know there's been a sense of like wanting to move forward but unclear of the next steps, or kind of a feeling of indecision. So know that is going to start to lift, and I would use this energy as that time to go within and to really connect with where you're being guided and called at this time. And then end of August, early September is a really good time to start to put some of those changes in effect, because at that time we will have Mercury and Mars going direct. So we kind of have this really nice window where it's a beautiful opportunity, and the energies of the universe are working with you for any of those like major changes or things that you're wanting to implement in your life. And use some of this retrograde energy to do the healing, to do the reflection. And if you are finding there's like past relationships or people from your past that are coming into your life, that can really happen too with the retrograde energy. So just honor that there really is, like, I find with relationships that are coming into our life now with the retrogrades, it's very much like a soul contract, and like on a deep soul level, there's something that we are meant to complete or work on or connect with in that person. So just recognizing that too, that's kind of cool, is like trusting there's these soul connections that are really at play right now as well. All right, so I think I have touched on most of the main things around this powerful eclipse transformation, wrapping up eclipse season. And yeah, it's a powerful time. Courageously, confidently follow your heart, follow what is right for you, have the courage to step out and express yourself, and you can work with these energies in a powerful way. So thank you so much for hanging out today. If you're on the replay, continue to leave your questions, your comments, and yeah, you feel free to reach out if you'd like a personalized reading. So sending lots of love and light to you all, wishing you an amazing new moon solar eclipse, and I will see you again soon. Bye.